I get a little squirrely. People don't like it.
A squirrel bird never lands. It only momentarily touches down and then takes flight again.
I got boxed out.
I've never raced him before, so.
You kind of count on that cohesion behind you. Up in our group, we were pretty cohesive, you know what I mean? We got 4 guys at the top of the hill. Everybody in the group was saying, wow, okay, we keep it together, we get a gap. At least we work together.
Hey everyone, Jaron here. Got a cracking video for you today.
You're Jason.
So, let's get into it. What?
You're not Jaron, you're Jason.
Good point. Yeah, Jaron's out of town actually. I'm Jason, and in our video today, I got some good insight into the pointy end of the race at the Josh Billings this past weekend, and I also found out the riddle of the mystery sticker that randomly appeared on my bike more than a year ago. So without further ado, let's get into it.
My first Josh.
Really?
I'm 46. It's the 46th year. How can you go wrong?
You're on, sweet.
Yeah, pretty psyched.
Have you done this before?
24 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Perfect. You just go to the front of the race and ride off the front, or?
This pack right here. Stay with these guys as best you can. Stay safe. That's the name of the game.
Yeah, really.
First couple miles.
I'm just gonna go with the leaders and see what happens. I've never raced him before, so
He's a time trialist. He's in the best shape of his life.
he's got good legs.
And and he's very experienced on this course, so he knows what power he's doing at what points of the whole course.
Yep. I'll stick with him and see how things go.
Deal, man. It'd be awesome.
I've heard there's a couple other people who want to go with him too, so
Yeah, there always is.
I think it'll be a good one.
Yeah, this will be great. Andrew Nicholas did manage to ride with Josh the entire race, along with 2 others. Josh was happy for the company as it allowed him to work together with the others in order to put time into Thomas Spencer, who did not manage to make that select group. Thomas's team was the greatest threat to Josh's in the overall.
In a breakaway that could have gone.
I went through the timing line twice. Cool. Hopefully they'll record our time like, you know.
Good job.
I saw your squirrel bird sticker.
I get a little squirrely. People don't like it.
That's my team.
Oh, is it? I don't know who put that on my bike, to be honest. Somebody put it on my bike. I don't even know who did it.
Oh, without the help of bike and board, I never would have made the elite group.
How's that?
The bike, the kit, the service, Levi, Dave.
Levi's the man.
I wouldn't have finished ahead of our pack if it wasn't for Jared sneaking by me near the end and me grabbing his wheel.
I got boxed out. I didn't make the first group.
Walk your way up the hill and you might ride.
Okay, thank you.
And then he and I were a 3-man group.
Did we catch you going down 102 point, or?
You almost caught us. We saw you.
And then as soon as we saw you, we hit it.
We stopped around.
Our chance to catch you guys was in Alford.
It was.
But nobody in our group was working together.
Those downhills, you could have caught us.
I timed it up 102 because I was like, just get my mind off the pain. We were 37 seconds behind them. They look close, but.
About the squirrel bird? So the squirrel bird is the name of our team. And we're a collective of squirrel birds. They're 1 part man, 1 part squirrel, 1 part bird. A squirrel bird never lands. It only momentarily touches down and then takes flight again.
Sweet.
That's our team motto.
We have a truck blocking the space between our van and our tent. I think it's the guy that owns the food truck, but I've been told we don't want to ask him to move because he's a big, strong, scary man. So I'm not going to ask him. I'll let Stefan know. I'm going to have Jason do it. They're the big, strong heroes today.
Oh, hell no! If I'm not mistaken, this is the first year in a while where you got to ride with some other riders on the Josh Billings. Is that true?
Yeah, I think the past couple of years I was solo.
Yeah.
But it's good to have some company this year, especially when they're horses.
Nice. And so did that affect your strategy at all when you realized you were going to get company?
Well, my team every single year tells me the riders to watch, the riders that I need to have a gap on by the finish line. And I went up the first hill as hard as I could go, and halfway up, I noticed that the rider that I needed to beat was not on my wheel. So I just kept going. And the more the merrier at the top, because we can work together and just get a bigger gap on the rider that I need time on.
Who is that rider?
Number 4, Tom Spencer.
Thomas Spencer, not Andrew Nicholas?
No. Well, Andrew
sucks. Maybe you weren't expecting him to be here today.
Well, I did hear that he was going to race. Actually, my teammate Tom, I think, was one of the people a few days ago that suggested Andrew race. But again, you know, the triathlon race is really interesting because it's not about winning the race; it's about putting your team at an advantage. So. Andrew had a paddleboard teammate. Obviously, the paddleboard's not going to go as fast as a double kayak, so I was so happy to see him. And I've never met him before, but and I was a little weary of meeting him after seeing all of his Strava efforts. But I was glad to meet him.
He's a cool guy.
Oh, he's very, very nice. Very active in the community, helping out with the mountain bike races and the kids races and stuff like that. So he just seems like a nice guy. I hope I get to meet him.
Over by Kurt, there's a Yeti cooler. You open it up, there's beer in there.
When you found that you had some people on your wheel, how did that then affect the rest of the race? Do you guys work together? You still trying to lose them?
Well, generally what happens at the Josh Billings, as we know, maybe there's like years past, maybe I'm solo, or maybe there's just a few riders at the very front. Usually the pack behind is kind of a mixture of people who have teammates, maybe people that are iron people. So there's a lot of different kind of interests in that group, which makes it not very cohesive. So you have passengers in the back of the group, and if you're in that group, you're pulling, and eventually you turn around and say, hey, why aren't you pulling? And then it only takes a few times where people stop pulling for your gap to just balloon out. So you kind of count on that cohesion behind you.
There's absolutely no way we can work together to try to catch the 6 people in front of us, because we're an angry mob of 20 cyclists that don't know each other and don't know how to work well in a group. Welcome to the Josh Billings.
Up in our group, we were pretty cohesive, you know what I mean? We got 4 guys at the top of the hill. Everybody in the group was saying, wow, okay, we keep it together, we get a gap, at least we work together for most of the course, then we're going to guarantee that our team is top 4. So we were very cohesive, we were really working well together. There was one rider that put in a few attacks during the race, but it didn't really disrupt the rhythm. And maybe it just got us there faster because it was in some of the harder sections.
Who was that rider?
Owen. Owen did a few attacks.
Owen.
You know what? I can't remember his last name. I've never met him.
I've never heard of him.
Yeah, he's from out west, apparently. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Josh.
Thanks so much for
Good Guys Racing. Can we get
Good Guys Racing.
Square up to the camera. Sweet.
I'm a cycling coach, but that's fine. I got plenty of clients. Trying to keep up with him.
Yeah.
One of them in the race, actually, Tom Spencer. I'm starting with soon. Yeah. So it's good to meet him. All right, thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you so much, Josh. Had a great one.
Yeah. Thanks so much.
Yeah, good job.
Let's see you around.
We're just talking with your coach. Awesome.
Yeah, what did he say?
He said
you got a long way to go.
Go too hard on the bike, you got beat by your run.
Yeah.
It was hot too.
It was harder than I thought. Give me that thing on here.
Alright, that's enough filming.
Jason films everything. We're all in a movie. What a simulation.
Poor Thomas got popped on the llama, and he was driving by. He looks at me. He's like,
But to stay with those pros until llama, good lord.